everybody! Today we're going to be making pumpkin cheesecake by Paula Deen. Well, I'm going to be making it. I'm Will Reed, not Paula Deen, who's from the South. But I'm from the South too. That's good. Alright, so the first thing you got to do is read the directions, and I have them on my iPad big enough so that I can see them. That's the most important thing, because if you can't see them, then you can't follow them. So sometimes people can't even actually follow them even if they can see them, but whatever. So for the crust, first thing we should got to do is turn on the oven. 350 degrees. Now the thing about our oven is that it actually burns about 15 degrees or so hotter than a normal oven for whatever reason. So it says 350 degrees. What we're going to do is we're going to temp 350, 45, 40, 35. And then you got to hit the start button, because one time I didn't hit the start button and it didn't start, and then I was stuck here without a hot oven. So now here's all my measuring stuff. First thing we got to do is, for the crust, is, take your ring off, 1 3/4 cup graham cracker crumbs. Now, I'm using this time Keebler graham cracker crumbs. Little product placement. And just 1 3/4 cups. Now, I'm weird, so what I do is I use a half cup most of the time, because I can just divide or whatever. So if I need 3/4, then I need 1, 2 halves, make a whole, and then 1/4, right? And then I'm missing another half, which I don't know why I switched those, but I did. So now we have 1 3/4 cups graham cracker crumbs. Okay? Now, my assistant is going to help me by melting some butter. This is my assistant, Tony, and he's going to melt us some butter. And while he melts the butter, I'm going to get out a ½ teaspoon of ground cinnamon. This is the ground cinnamon, just like the cheap stuff, the Kroger brand, cheap stuff, ground cinnamon. Okay.
What am I melting this butter in?
Oh, you need a plate here to melt the butter in.
That's a bowl.
You need a bowl to melt the butter in. Melt the butter in the bowl. How much did I need? I'm not very good at remembering the directions, so I have to read them a lot. So, ½ teaspoon of ground cinnamon. This is 1/4. This is 1/2. And Tony, could you get us some light brown? Oh no, the thing went off. Did the battery run down? No. I need 3 tablespoons of light brown sugar. Can you get that for me? This is 1/2. Done. Great. So, ground cinnamon done for this portion. Another plate. So, while he's doing that, what we can do is keep moving forward. And the filling for this calls for 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. Now, I like to measure and make sure that we get the best deal for everything. So, I got 3 8-ounce packages, which is 24 ounces. And then I just got the 2 12-ounce tubs, so that it's a little bit easier to manage. And it's cheaper. Now I don't have any. Oh! Look, they're right here. Okay. How you doing over there, Tony? I forgot to mention that Tony's a retard. Okay, so first tub of cream cheese in here. And what it says to do,
I didn't measure this.
you didn't measure. Oh God. Uh-oh. Alright, so what we gotta do is beat this real hard. Like Chris Brown and Rihanna. Make it soft. Okay, that's the first one. And let's open the second one. I put the second one in here. And basically, since they're doing two, it was like Rihanna coming back for more. So, beat it. Kind of smooth. A little bit on my finger, that was good. Great. Now, in a medium bowl, we have combined the sugar, cinnamon, and then we have to add the melted butter. Is the butter done, or are you burning it?
Not even close.
Not done yet. So, while we're waiting on that, because after we get that done, we set it aside for a minute. So I can go ahead and do this. So, oh no! Do we have another can of pumpkin puree? So, beat cream cheese until smooth. Add one 15-ounce can of pumpkin puree. And this is Libby's. Okay? So, I'm going to add this in here. How's our oven doing? Is it almost ready?
It's got a minute.
I forgot to mention that Tony's a retard. Okay, so now what we want to do is put this in here. I'm going to get a smaller spoon because last night I used a bigger spoon and it didn't really work so well. So we're going to put all this in here, the whole thing. That will be all of it. And it kind of smells like pumpkin, which I have to say, I don't really like the taste of pumpkin. However, in this application, it's really nice. Because you don't really taste the pumpkin part. Okay. So, that's good. Always put your lid back in the can so you don't hurt anybody, especially Fred, who you can probably hear eating. Okay? Now, we have our thing up. We're going to stir this pumpkin in here. And while we were waiting for this to get room temperature, the cream cheese, which is very important because otherwise it'll be curdled and not look very good. Look at this. We also let the eggs get room temperature. So what we have to have for this recipe in particular is 3 eggs and then an extra egg yolk. I don't know why. But Paula Deen made the recipe up and I'm sure she knows why and I'm glad she made it up. Okay. So, first thing we're doing, always put your eggs in a bowl that's not right in the mix because if you get some sort of bad egg, now look, I have a trash can. If you have some sort of bad egg or something like that, it'll be in your mix and you'll have to start all over. Okay? That's 1, 2, 3 eggs ready to go in. And now I have to have 1 yolk. So, how you doing over there? What are you doing over there?
Making a crust.
You make a crust. How you making it?
Pour the butter into the graham crackers.
You pour the butter into the graham crackers. Okay. Alright, so what we have to do with this egg is separate out the yolk, right? Which is not as simple a task as someone may think. But I can't show you because it'll get all over the ground, which some of it probably just did. There's the yolk. Alright? Here's the leftover egg white. We're going to throw it right here in our trash. And then that goes into the sink. We don't want to get salmonella. Okay. Or whatever you get with that kind of thing. I'm going to wash off my hands real quick. I'll be right back.